Well, former Spur Bruce Bowen is the new head basketball coach at TMI. Plenty of wisdom to share with the kids through hard work because Bruce, as many of you know, he turned himself into an NBA pro, wasn't necessarily born one. 2 years in France and then bounced around the NBA for 4 or 5 years before he found a home here in San Antonio. 3 championships along the way, his jersey hangs in the rafters at the AT&T Center, and now it is time to give back to the kids at TMI. You still get the itch, and when you see a game on TV, any of that still burn the fires and want to go do it, or the ship has sailed?
That ship is gone. I always understood that I couldn't play basketball forever. And where I get excited is, it's watching certain games and being able to talk about what's transpiring, seeing that next pass before someone else does, or seeing the play develop. That's just in me, and I enjoy that aspect. Now, the biggest challenge is transferring that into something different. Now, in a moment of teaching, how do you teach that? That's the joy of this.
Okay, toughest cover you ever had in the NBA?
Michael Jordan.
Really? Okay. It's a pretty good one.
He's decent.
I always remember the Kobe story that you told me long ago about, he was the one guy that you could just, you could be Bruce Bowen for 48 minutes and he never, ever, ever relented.
I could always tell when I was able to wear them down. And Kobe was different in that matter, where even if things weren't good, Phil would take him out of the game, or there were very few swings with Kobe. You understand what I mean? So every time he caught the ball, it was a threat. He's a threat because of how good he was. There was very few times where he just caught it and just swung it to the other side because that's what he wanted to do. He was always trying to figure out things in a way where I got to get here or I got to get there. Now, I think more than anything else, all the notoriety that came for me happened a lot with Kobe, obviously, because of the back and forth and our team going up against the Lakers coming into town. It was truly special. I mean, during one year, he's getting towards the end, and we spent like an hour and a half in the training room, or I should say in their locker room, just talking about the game. And his thought process with Bruce, we got to teach these guys. We got to teach them because the game has been lost. All those things were my thoughts as well, because at the end of the day, you can't just expect kids to understand or know something without teaching first. And so for him to have really gave so much, not only to the game of basketball, but to a younger generation that were around him, I think some of those Lakers that were there in the past 5 years of his career got a chance to see something and now implement that in their world now.